Hey friend, thank you so much for commenting, and I hope that you will find this response to be kind and respectful to you. So I'll try to get as much as I can in this video, but what I would like to do is first address this particular notion that if there is love between two consenting adults, it's not a sin and it's totally okay. So imagine with me, for example, that you have a married couple named John and Sandy. John and Sandy have been married for 20 years, and Sandy, however, has come down with an illness and is going to pass away soon. They've had an amazing, loving, happy marriage. So Sandy and John start talking about what is going to happen after she passes away, and Sandy comes up with an interesting idea. Sandy proposes the idea and fully consents to the idea of John using her corpse for a particular kind of activity that happens in marriage. John actually agrees with this because he doesn't want to do that kind of intimacy with anyone but his wife, alive or passing. So they fully consent and agree that that will be done, and so when she passes away, he uses her corpse. Using these same two names, let's give a different example. Say John and Sandy are going out on a date, and I'm talking fancy, right? Fancy restaurant, fancy food. They're there for like an hour and a half just talking and loving each other. Everything is great, and they get back to their house, their amazing house, and they sleep together to celebrate the fact that this was a great night and we love each other very much. One thing that I'm deciding to omit from this story, however, is that John and Sandy are fully blood brother and sister. Now, my question to you is, are those two examples perfectly okay? If the answer is no, then my point has been established. Two loving, consenting adults is good, but it's not enough for a complete sexual ethic. If you are okay with those examples, then I don't know, I'm kind of weirded out. I would also say, of course, that the Bible is not full of goblins, hobgoblins, and fairies. Of course, we have historical evidence for the historical people. Just look for the historical evidence of Jesus. And let me respond to the idea that there is only bigotry and hate in the Bible. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. That sounds really good to you, right? Well, that is a passage from the Bible where Paul is laying down something called virtue ethics, where the goal of life is to live virtuously and to attain virtue. Paul is laying down virtue ethics for Christians who are in Christ. Now, that's not to ignore the moral challenge of the Bible and several of its passages, but this is just to say there's plenty of love and respect in the Bible too.